Final Talk, Final Talk, Final Talk with Tavis,
Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Vinyl Talk with Tavis. And I'm Tavis. I'm so glad you all could join me today. As you can see, I'm in my classroom, and today we had some Zoom meetings for some professional development. So I knew that I'd be here a while, and I decided to bring the records that I've recently purchased and show you here while I'm in the classroom. I have nothing to do at this time, so I'm like, hey, let's make a video. And I finished up this little music decoration thing. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. See those records there? Those 45s. So the kids are always asking what that is. Okay, you all, I'm really excited about today. A lot of these records I have not opened yet. So I've kind of opened them up a little bit so that it doesn't take so long to open them. Let's bring this up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So the first we have, the first album we have is Curtis Mayfield, Superfly, the soundtrack from 1972. You know, and I just had to get this. This was released in 1972, the year of my birth. Now, I have to read this hype sticker. It says here, can you see that? It says that this is one of Rolling Stone's top 500 albums, and it's also been inducted into the Library of Congress National Recording Registry. And I did not know that. So this is a limited edition of red vinyl. Do you all have this? It was just $23. Well, actually $23.99. So I'm opening it up. I think I'm gonna keep this hype sticker. I'm gonna keep this, yeah. So I love this movie. Oh man, it just, although I was, what, 0 years old when it came out, but as I got older, I enjoyed it. Man, look how neat that is. Ron O'Neal, look at that. Wow, it opens up like this. And Curtis Mayfield, man, just the Prince of Soul, in my opinion. My dad loved Curtis Mayfield, so we take the vinyl out. I still get excited doing this. I mean, it's like, I feel like a child. Oh man, that's what life's all about, isn't it? Doing the things that make you happy. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh man. And I have never actually listened to the entire soundtrack of Superfly. So I've got to listen to this and also rewatch the movie at some point. I may have to get on Amazon and order the movie. I'm just, y'all, I am so thrilled with this. This is wonderful, wonderful. I just couldn't be any more happier. Ron O'Neal, I mean, he was sure enough fly back in the day. So we have that. Then we're gonna go back to 1977, okay? This is a song that, as a boy, I never got enough of. Because, you know, back then there was no streaming. You know, you had to just listen to the song on the radio. If your parents didn't have the album, you just had to hope that it came on the radio. Or maybe you'd catch them on Soul Train or something like that. But the Sylvers, 1976, this is something special. One of those unique albums that opens from the top. The Sylvers, just, you know, I always had them mixed up with the Jacksons as a boy, But I think this is their 5th album. Yeah, this was their 5th album. And their song Hotline and High School Dance, I mean, those 2 songs were phenomenal. They were in the, I think Hotline was in the top 5. I think it was number 5 on the US charts, and then it was number 3 on the R&B charts. I'm looking at my notes here. And there's also an unsung episode on TV One, if I'm not mistaken, of their life. And just look at this picture. Just pure, is that not 70s all the way? Pure 70s. And to see them dance in unison, and just watch their videos on YouTube. If you're not familiar with the Silvers, watch their videos on YouTube. In their youth, singing so beautifully. Their vocals are so clear, and to me, it's almost as if they're not really, especially for me, the song Hotline, their vocals are so clear, and there's not a lot of crazy, I'm not going to say crazy, but there's not a lot of riffs, and in music, we call that melismas. Oh, it's just straight singing, and it's just beautiful to me. And I never got enough of that song Hotline. So that's a great album to have. Now I'm going to take you back to 1989. Do you know what the album of the year was in 1991? Can you pause the video maybe and look on Google? Pause it right now if you want to. Okay, I'm going to tell you now. It was Quincy Jones, Back on the Block. Do you know how great this album is? I mean, this album came out in 1989. Quincy Jones had already worked with Michael Jackson on Thriller. Well, actually, Off the Wall first, and then Thriller. And then he had done Bad. When this came out, I remember thinking that it was like heaven. 1989, I was a senior in high school because I graduated in 1990 in high school. Oh man, and to see the video and then to hear the song, what's the song? I'll Be Good to You. Oh, with Ray Charles and Shaka Khan. I haven't been showing the records, have I? Yeah, I think I have. Beautiful album. I was so surprised to see this at Mills Records. This album received so many great accolades, and what makes it so wonderful is that musicians and singers across 3 generations are part of this album. Artists such as Ella Fitzgerald, Miles Davis, Ice-T, Sarah Vaughan, Dizzy Gillespie, Barry White, and Tevin Campbell, who at the time was 12 years old. He does a song on here called Tomorrow, Better You, Better Me. Oh, Jesus. I mean, y'all, do you know what I'm talking about? I don't think you understand. When I went in Mills Records and saw this, because I was trying to find this in Discogs, but to see it at your local store was really mind-blowing. And I was like, ah, Dylan, if you're watching, Dylan, he works there. Dylan, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Ah, great music, great music. Ah, my heavens. And to bring all those people together, like the people that he worked with in the 50s and the 60s, and he brings them back again for this new sound of hip hop and rap when that was really in the forefront. It's just a classic album from 1989. Okay, now we're going to take you through, let me go back to some gospel music. I have to watch the time because I have a meeting coming up. The King of Gospel. He's been crowned the King of Gospel. James Cleveland live at Carnegie Hall. Now, I have been seeing this album for years, at Mills Records. But I just kept overlooking it. I just kept saying, oh, maybe I can find something different. I just didn't feel the need. I didn't have the urge to buy it. But in the past, a few days ago, I was at Mills Records and I saw about 3 or 4 copies of this. And I was like, maybe that's a sign for me to go ahead and get one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, vinyl community, dearest friends, when I tell you that I brought this record to school because I have my Audio-Technica LP60 Bluetooth turntable here. And I was playing it for the first time, and I was like, I went to church before class started. So when the kids came in, I was hyped. I was full of the Holy Ghost. When I tell you that this 2-record set had me jumping up and down, Savoy Records, an iconic gospel label, James Cleveland at Carnegie Hall. You know, actually, you don't hear much about this album. At least I have never heard much about it. But to see the imagery of him and the choir there, his Southern California Community Choir, and also the Cleveland Singers, the Troubadours, the New York Gospel Symphonette, and there's a great orator. She's a narrator between songs. Her name is Edna Tatum. She's always been a part of James Cleveland's music. So in between songs, she gives a rousing narration of the song coming up next. And wow, this is a phenomenal record, everybody. And I'm wondering, I don't know if it's on video or anything, but at least we have the sound. And it's a 2-record set. It came out in 1977. And when you go to Carnegie Hall, you know you've made it. And the mission, if you didn't know, and I speak about this to my children, the mission of Carnegie Hall, and I have it written down because I have it up there. The mission of Carnegie Hall is to present extraordinary music and musicians and to bring the transformative power of music to the widest audience possible. And when James Cleveland took the stage and he brought gospel to the forefront in that hall, it was nothing but church. I mean, that is a great album. Two album set. Now I'm going to take you to, excuse me, I'm here. Now I'm going to go to the fantastic Mariah Carey. Okay, this is her Emotions album, and this came out in 1991, following her debut album, if I'm not mistaken. I have not opened it yet, so I'm opening it for you. You know, all of her records have just been reissued. So this is Emotions. And I remember when that song came out, you got me feeling emotions deeper than I've ever dreamed of. Oh, you got me feeling emotions high up in the heavens above. Oh, you got... Pardon me. Woo! Mariah Carey, Emotions. Can't Let Go, Make It Happen. What an inspirational song. What an inspirational song. So here is the inside. I've never owned this album before. I've never owned the CD. I just would listen to the radio because it was playing the songs all day long. And remember, MTV was out then, and so I never really thought about buying the record or the CD at the time. Look at that. Wow. 1991. What a great year. Then we have another Mariah Carey album, I still have some time. E equals MC squared. I went ahead and got this, ladies and gentlemen, because my cut is touch my body. Put me on the floor. Ba, 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 ba. I'm going to tell you a story. When this song came out in 2008, or when the album came out in 2008, if I have some previous students that I had in the past, you probably can remember this. Okay, look at that. Ooh, she really wants you to touch her body, don't she? Oh, I have a story to tell you. Inside, we have a poster. Wow. I've got to hang this up. I have this wall in my apartment that I'm hanging posters up. It's nothing but a wall of posters of my favorite artists and musicians and album covers. It's going pretty good now, and I'm really happy about that wall. But let's look at the record. But the story I wanted to share with you is that, see? Yeah, black and beautiful. When I was in 2008, I had been teaching for probably 11 years, maybe 10 years. Anyway, when the album came out, Touch My Body was a jam. And all of my students at the time loved the record. They loved the song. So I was teaching kids who were really hard to work with. Seriously, very hard to work with. And to get them interested in music, and they were like fourth and fifth graders at the time. They would come to my room and I was teaching them songs, that, every music teacher would normally teach. My Country 'Tis of the, songs that we would expect children to learn and to know at a certain age. So the kids seemed very uninterested. And I asked them, what songs do you like these days? And this one girl said, I like the song Touch My Body. Now, okay. Let me take a drink of water. I had my keyboard there. I knew the song. I loved it myself. I started playing it. The kids had a fit. They started singing it. They all were singing it loud. These fourth graders were singing it loud. And guess who walked down the hallway in front of my room as we were singing the song? The school superintendent and some other powers that be walked past my classroom and we were singing, touch my body, put me on. And the kids knew the song better than I did, but I knew the chords. And the people passed by and looked in the room. They didn't actually walk in the room, but they was my door was open. And they looked in and they kept on walking. The kids were having so much fun. Just the fact that the kids were having fun and they were being engaged with music and to sing that type of risque song in the music classroom, I was so embarrassed. I stopped the song. I said, let's stop. Let's go back to My Country 'Tis of Thee. Man, I've had a life. Man, teaching is something else. Okay, I have two more records. I have Marvin Gaye's Number Ones. I found this at Target, and I had to get this one. This has Let's Get It On, Sexual Healing, What's Going On, all of his hits. Let's go ahead and open this up. Target has been really releasing some great music, but I'm not sure if the quality is really there, but they have these colored vinyl releases that kind of intrigue me. So this is on, they call it translucent purple, okay? And there we go. And purple is my favorite color. Motown, wow, yes. I can't wait to hear that. Man, music makes me so happy. Now, my last album, because I got to go to a meeting. My last album, I had to get it, and I think it was someone in the vinyl community that showed it, or maybe it was someone on Instagram. Someone showed this, and they said that it was at Target. I said, well, I already have all her records pretty much, so why would I need the best of, you know? But I went to Target and saw it anyway and had to get Janet's number ones. Did you know that this was on a double LP set at Target? It says it's translucent red. Now, here's the downfall to me. It doesn't have every song that's on the CD of this. That made me kind of upset. It has all of her number ones, but not like, I think when she released this on CD, I think it was in 2010. When she released this, anyway, the initial release, she had an extra hit on there, or an extra song that she recorded. And I think I'll have the title of the song here. I'm sorry that I can't remember it now. And there's a great video to it. But man, I was so upset that that song was not on here. But it's just her hits, not her new single that came with the initial release. So this is the back, and you can see the list of songs here. What have you done for me lately? What Have You Done For Me Lately is probably one of my favorites. Okay, and let's see. I've not seen the inside. Oh, it's not a gatefold. Sorry, but it does have a poster. Okay, I will be hanging this up on my poster wall. Yes. Now let's look at the vinyl itself. Translucent red. Oh my God, look, kids. Look. Oh my God, heaven. I feel like a kid at a candy store. Oh my God. Yes, 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 yes. Well, everyone, I have all these records. I've got to clean everything up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have learned something. Maybe you've seen something that you're going to buy now. That's what it's all about. Let's inspire each other. Speaking of inspiring each other with music. And with nice colored vinyl. Be inspired and stay inspired.